going
There's
on.
a lot to unpack because Aaron and I do like Dollywood, but Disney had a bunch of stuff too. So, Aaron, why don't you start off with the viral moment that you brought first?
Well, I don't even know where to start this week because there's just so
There's
much.
just so much.
But you
There
can
is
only
so
pick
much.
one. You can look.
I can only pick one.
You bring a lot to the table. You
Do
do,
I?
but you can only bring
Only
one
one.
topic to this one. Just one. What's your one viral moment for this week, my dude?
I just thought it was funny that, I mean, it can't be coincidence that we talk about getting rid of parking fees
Paid
at Disney World,
parking.
and 2
And
dang
Disney
weeks
goes,
later they say, you know what? Not only are we not going to get rid of it, we're going to
We're gonna make it more
$5.
expensive.
Yeah.
And they hit it so well, and like,
How much
here's all
did-
the happy news.
How
And
much
then
did it go? I didn't even. We don't park, so I don't even know the
Yeah, we
price
don't
of
either.
parking
That's
there.
what's so funny. It doesn't really impact us at all.
it's like
No,
$5,
it's-
I think, more for
So
like
was it
standard and $5 for
$25, $30 to
Yeah.
park per day?
$30 a park.
Whew,
And
That's a
so
lot for
I
a
don't know.
I've
car.
said this. I've just beat this drum to death. But like, to me, okay, so like we don't assign any kind of like value at all to being able to park at a theme park. We do assign some value typically to be able to park like in a city because you kind of understand that there's like
Just limited parking.
limited demand. Yeah, there's a lot of demand, limited capacity. It's just what you kind of have to do. It's just space. But we know in a huge, but really in like a huge, especially at Disney World, a place that's just massive, right? And there is no problem finding. You know what I'm saying? It's not a limited space. So we don't assign any value at all to being able to just park our car in a parking lot to then be able to pay to go do something. You know what I'm saying? We just don't, for some reason at Disney, we do for other events and stuff where there's like a ball game or something like that. But, and maybe I'm just speaking for myself, but I don't assign a lot of value there. So when we start from that baseline, when I pull into a theme park and you tell me that I've got to pay $30 for something that I value at basically zero,
it just makes you mad. It just makes you mad.
That's correct. It's just
your day off, Ben.
That's correct. That's the first interaction I have with the park for the day.
And also note for the audio, you can see how mad Aaron is in his face when he talks about the passion with this. It just makes him mad.
The funny part is a lot of people ask us, should you stay on property or should you stay off property at a cheaper place and just rent a car? Well, now you're talking and people are like, well, the hotels are cheaper off property. Well, now you have to add an extra $30 per day to park there. That's a lot.
Yes, that's in line with a lot of other parks. But what I'm saying is, and I know it's all situational. So like I can say this doesn't really impact me because we always stay there. But what I'm talking about is just like the mindset, the approach, like my guest that I'm wanting to come to a theme park that I'm already paying maybe $150 to get into. Why in the world? Yeah, why in the world am I going to start that day out for that guest by hitting them basically with an entrance fee?
Do you think that this is the reason? So this is also going to make Ubers get more expensive. People don't think about it that way because why am I parking for $30 when I could get an Uber and just have them drop me off? Why do that? So I think that's probably also one of the reasons parking is going up because they're using it less.
So just stay on property, ride a Disney bus from Magic Kingdom to the Beach Club, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
There you
go.
All
right. So mine, gosh, I had a hard time this week because there's a lot, like Mattie said, there's a lot of news. There was Dollywood news. There was Disney news. I'm going to go, I think I had two options. I'm going to go with Hong Kong Disneyland and the Frozen coming out with all of the stuff that's new to Japan.
Even the food looked good.
Here's my thing. I don't want to see it unless you bring in it stateside. And that's all I've got.
After everything that happened this week, you're going across the globe to Hong Kong.
Across the globe.
I am because
he's so desperate to see it and doesn't want to go all the way to Hong Kong.
Look, I have discovered something in the last year of my 30s is that, and especially with the news that's been going on this week, which we're not going to go into the world global news, but it's been rough. And here's my thing. We know people that are kind of stuck over in the Middle East right now. And I got to thinking, where is somewhere that I would be willing to pay to go to, that I would be and be excited about it. I am not a world traveler. I told Mattie, I think yesterday, I am content for the rest of my life just to spend my money squeezing as much value out of a theme park annual pass as possible. But I love Frozen. I love Frozen so much. And I don't understand why Paris is getting Frozenland and Japan is getting a Frozenland and Disney stateside can't get one. And so that is my viral moment of the week, is that I am obsessing over a place I probably will never see.
I'm seriously asking you, why do you like Frozen so much? I've never asked you that before.
Okay, so as we go into psychological
talk, too.
Here we go. No, so November of 2013. This is the truth. So Frozen's about to come out, and I go to New York to get away from Alabama just because there had been a lot of stuff going on in 2013.
By the way, nothing's going to top your bat story, but
this is but no. it was the weekend before Thanksgiving, and I was trying to avoid being in Alabama for a very specific reason.
And you got caught in a snowstorm.
I didn't, but it was the weekend that Frozen was premiering, and we went to see the Cinderella on Broadway, and the guy who played Hans was playing the prince in Cinderella, and it was like, oh, that's kind of cool. He's the new prince in the Disney movie. Ha ha ha. Didn't think much of it. Went to the Disney store. They were marketing the heck out of this Frozen thing, and I'm like, oh, they're giving me such a stupid movie. Like, whatever. Well, when I got home and everybody had seen Frozen and was talking about how wonderful it was, and I wanted to be cool, so I went to see it, and I left there like weeping. Like, I was like, here is a movie that wasn't just this traditional love story. It was about the power of family, the power of friendship. I just loved it. So I liked Frozen. Right? I was a fan. But Frozen 2 came out, and Frozen 2 just pierced me in my soul, from Elsa becoming the fifth element to Queen Anna and that doing the next right thing. And I think, it came out in November of 2019, right before the pandemic. And the song, The Next Right Thing, I think has literally been my own anthem for the past 3 years, because I've
How does that go?
About Anna losing her only family, and she's in a cave and doesn't know how to get out. And so she says, I'll rise above the storm and I'll keep carrying on and just do the next right thing. And because I don't deal with sadness very well, I'm making this as funny as I possibly can. But there have been plenty of days where I would sit in my car and listen to that song before I had to go do something hard. So Queen Anna became, like, I used to love Mattie will tell you, I was obsessed with Ariel. I loved Tiana because she was a worker, but Queen Anna became something that was really personal to me. Yeah. So
that's interesting, because I couldn't even follow Frozen 2. I still don't really know exactly what happened.
I like Frozen 2.
So Frozen 2 felt like to me, and this could be a whole podcast itself. Frozen 2 felt like to me that it had many different philosophical ways you could look at it, from both like a kid level, but also from these different connections and like a deeper thinking. We'll do it as a topic. But you asked me why I love Frozen as much as I did. It was because in November of 2013, and then all of 2020 and 2020, really not 2020, but 2021 was pretty much the crappiest year until this past one, when, stuff happened. That song got me through. So that's my viral moment. Disney, if you're listening, you've heard Aaron and have gone the opposite of what he said with parking. If you're listening, do something crazy.
Bring Frozen stateside.
Bring Frozen stateside. Mattie, what is your viral moment?
Mine's not going to be philosophical. I'm just happy.
You're gonna be sad?
Park hopping at Disney World
is
now all day. It's all day. I'm so except for it doesn't happen until after my next 2 trips, which still makes me mad.
No, it's almost like, let's do this tomorrow.
Do it. Why are we waiting?
Okay, but here's the deal, and this is me interjecting into Mattie's moment. I am going to Princess Weekend, and Mattie and I will be there at the same time. Yeah. I already have started working on my plans, and I threw them out the door when the news came out this week, and I am retooling everything.
You don't have to. As of January 9th, you won't need a park hopper. You won't need a reservation. It's just going to be crazy mayhem, and we love it. And
we're going to Nomad Lounge, and then at like 10 o'clock in the day, we're going to Epcot. It's going to be great.
I'm really excited. I'm excited about the no reservations. I think they're dumb. And then I'm really excited about being able to park hop when I want, especially when you're staying at Epcot and now you can walk through the park to get to the monorail. Where
But you do have to,
wouldn't
as
be
an
able
annual
to do
pass
that.
holder, still make park reservations. That is the catch.
I know, which is still stupid, but whatever. Whatever.
It's exciting. It's so exciting.
It's still nice for other guests that they don't have to make park reservations and we don't have to worry about park hopping at a specific time, and that we can kind of now do the days that 4 parks in one day is now really something you can do. Not that we're going to.
And you can also, in February, go
we can
to
do Katie's Perfect Day.
You can go to Epcot, eat at the bakery in France, and then go to another park.
I know, we could do in February. We could do Katie's Perfect Day because now we don't have to worry about park hopping.
Except you're not coming.